This is Daniel Yaxheimer. This is another one of my, I guess, editions of Absurd. And I guess the only thing I can talk about it's late at night. It's Sunday the 13th, or is it Monday the 3rd? What day? Did it already? Oh, yep. Shoot, it's Monday the 13th. It's Columbus Day, so it's. Well, let's celebrate someone. I guess it's Rape and Pillage Day if it's Columbus Day, for that matter. Anyway, anyway, recently, my fiance and of course myself, I had a job that was contracted to end at the end of August and all that. So looking for a job. I've had like one interview since then. But unfortunately, tragically, to our circumstances, my fiance, who is a seasoned nurse, was left go from her position at a hospital that I am quite displeased with. It was over. I thought very. It was they threw her under the bus. It was just one of those instances, and this happens a lot. When I worked at Williamsport Hospital as a medical supply clerk under Aramark that was contracted by Susquehanna Health, and both of those, Aramark and Susquehanna Health, are both nefarious corporations, of course, because they are part of the American healthcare system, which is completely fucked. But she is a very experienced, seasoned, my beautiful and intelligent fiance. She's went to one of the top nursing schools in the country, and she has years and years of experience. And she's good at her job. If anything, she's very good at her job, and she is a good person. She's definitely an altruistic, beautiful person that was axed by a very by this hospital, which it was Jersey Shore Hospital. It's not exactly the Mayo Clinic, but they got rid of her, and it was very unfair. It was bad, and and she's had a rough couple of weeks, past 2 weeks, since then, and we're kind of like figure out what we're supposed to do, but I don't quite understand it. It just seems that people that we're both basically good people. We're not perfect, but we're not bad people, and bad people in this country seem to just thrive. And we celebrate bad people. We do, in a lot of ways. Like people like Donald Trump, or Kim Kardashian, or Paris Hilton, or Charlie Sheen, or who's the latest asshole that we put up on our shoulders. It's bullshit. She didn't do anything wrong. That's the thing. My fiance did not do anything wrong to anybody intentionally. She didn't. She got fired for doing her job. And that's the bottom line without going into specifics. But she got fired for doing her job. And the reason she got fired is because of systemic problems, and it was because of the woman and the people in that administration that fired her weren't doing their job properly by making sure the hospital was staffed properly and making sure everything was running properly, because that's supposedly their job, is to make sure everything's running properly, and they don't do that. All they do is lay blame on their hardworking employees and throw them under the bus when the shit hits the fan to save their own ass, and that happens everywhere. And it's practically the American way, and I think we all know that. And it's abhorrent. It really is. It's a practice in this country that needs to really be. It's something we should all stand up to, and once and for all, and say, look, if management doesn't do their job, if those people at the top don't do their job, as far as making sure that the overall operational functioning of the department or whatever they're over is working right, then they're not doing their job. And who's firing them? Nobody. I mean, my fucking manager was the biggest scumbag in the world, and that dude's still there, man. I don't know what the fuck he does, man. I went to freaking college and graduated, and that fucking guy is some, people back then didn't go to college as much, maybe, but he just snaked his way up into a fucking management position, and he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. He just knows how to kind of manipulate that little system there, and that's just the way it is. It's shit. I was at another company that I got hired at called West Company in Jersey Shore, and that place is completely fucked up. I can't believe, I've never met, there was this woman named Barbara Waldron at West Company in Jersey Shore. She is the HR woman. She is the most vicious, vile shrew I've ever met. I mean, I was absolutely shocked at the ineptitude of their training program and the viciousness of this petty, small little soccer mom from hell. She was vile. She was. I've never met someone, except for, the woman I had to work with on the weekend in Miramar, but she was pretty much at least parallel or a close second to her. Awful. I've had it with this bullshit culture where people can't just go into work, do their job, and be trained properly and know what they're doing and know what they need to know, instead of all these fucking games. And that's all it is anymore. It's fucking games. And people's livelihood is at stake, and they don't give a shit. And that's the bottom line. It's people's livelihood. It's people trying to pay their rent and pay their bills, and get money for food and shit, and pay for cable, because I gotta watch Homeland and The Walking Dead. I mean, that's just me. But still, I don't want to live like they do on The Walking Dead. That would really suck. But it's we're pretty close to it. But being on the living in the woods and shit and surviving like doomsday preppers, I don't know what we're gonna do. But I really you know what, Jersey Shore Hospital, fuck you. Fuck you for what you did. That was horrible. You people are. I hope you can sleep at night. I mean, I don't hope you can sleep at night. That was abhorrent what you did to her. You threw her. You are the most. You've got to be the most cold-blooded, reptilian, sociopathic, evil people to fire my fiance and just kick her and lie to me on the phone. They told me on the phone, because they called her and I answered the phone, and they said, "Oh, we just want to talk to her before she goes into work that night." She wasn't going into work that night. Don't tell me that if she's not going to work that night. We have a lot at stake on our end. It's not just about you and your stupid shit because you couldn't run your fucking hospital right. And that's what it came down to. Is the people in charge of that hospital aren't running it properly, and they shouldered some blame on a nurse, on a third shift nurse. That's what they did. That's the bottom line. That's what they do. They don't care. I mean, they all hide behind all this bullshit, and they all say they're Christians and all that nonsense, but it doesn't matter. They don't fucking care. That's not a good, I'm talking, what would Jesus do? I don't think Jesus would fire a perfectly good nurse, a very experienced nurse, an exceptional nurse, to cover up for fucking, administrative mistakes, which is what it was. Because of the systemic flaws of that fucking facility, and that's what it boils down to. And, that's all I really got to say about it, but that's what it is. You know? You think this fucking country's so great? You think our healthcare system's okay? And you think Obama is the reason healthcare system's fucked up? Healthcare system's been fucked up. It is fucked up. It's not Obama's fault. It's fucking country's fault. And it's your fault. It's not the politician's fault. It's this country's ignorance. Fucking ignorance. There is so much dumb in this country, and that's what it is. And that's all I gotta say.